Howdy everyone, welcome to my first video blog, day one, Dover to Brentwood. I'm doing it this way, just talking inanely into a video for 5-10 minutes, whatever it is, because it's a lot more time efficient than sitting down and typing everything out for an hour or however long it takes in the evening, and gives me a bit more downtime and gets me to bed at a sensible hour. And you get to see my pretty face, which is always a winner, obviously. So, day one, Dover to Brentwood. Started in Dover this morning. Had brekkie and left at pretty much 8:30 on the dot. There was a a couple of sculptures or something like that of channel swimmers. I guess that's where people start and run into the sea and swim for 21 miles or whatever it is. I would call them maniacs, but I am cycling 1,000 miles, so it's each to their own, I guess. So yeah, there was a start-finish line there, and that made quite a handy starting point. Got a picture of my bike looking with the line and whatnot, and then we were on our way. I was a bit worried, not worried, but I thought we might be cycling through sort of built-up areas for quite a bit, coming out of Dover and whatnot. But it wasn't too bad at all, a mile or two, and we were soon in country lanes and going uphill. But yeah, we weren't going through built-up areas, having to worry about traffic as much as I thought, so that's cool. Straight into the country lanes, really nice actually, cracking weather, couldn't have asked for better weather, and really surprised by the pleasantness of the route actually. I guess I shouldn't be, Kent's got its nice spots, but I guess I always drive on the main roads and you don't always see these little really nice spots, but they've picked the route well. Lovely and quiet and picturesque, especially in the weather. Lots of sort of typical Kentish farmland, really. Lots of wheat and barley fields and all that sort of business going on. Very familiar because I live in Bromley, so I know Kent well. Lived around this area all my life, so it's not like the Land's End trip where I started in Cornwall and it's sort of felt like a holiday straight away. I'm still sort of fairly near home, so it's not that strange yet, but very nice nonetheless. We stopped, did 40 miles, had a brew van stop after 20, and then another 20, and then stopped for lunch in a nice pub called the Dirty Habit in Hollingbourne. That was all right. Cycled along nice and easy in the morning, as was my plan. I managed to do it, which is a winner. Didn't get too excited and tear off and go crazy or anything. A bit silly on the first day to do that. You've got to manage your energy on these things, boring as it sounds. So pleased with the way I managed to pace myself. Rode along with a guy called Steve. A lot of the time, there's 3 Steves on this trip, but this guy he's a recently retired geography teacher, but it made it quite handy actually because he knew sort of all the sort of areas we're going through. We're just going up a hill, and he's like, "Oh, we're going over the High Weald now." So I sort of got a running commentary of exactly where we were and the local geography as we went along, which made me feel very ignorant, but it was interesting nonetheless. And he probably, I could have cycled faster, but they were sort of going a little bit slower than me, but it's just what I wanted. I didn't want to be tearing away or getting led astray and going at my normal training speed. So just pacing myself with them was good. We stopped for lunch, like I said, head off again. Bit more farmland, and then we got towards sort of Medway area, and went into Rochester, went over the bridge and into Strood, which was probably the low light of the day. It's anyone who lives around here will know it's not the nicest area. I guess you can't go through everywhere. Not everywhere's going to be picturesque and twee and whatnot. But Strood lived up to its reputation. Marvellous. Got shouted at out of a car. Something like, get out the fucking way or something. I don't know where they expected me to go. They just didn't want a cyclist on the road. I think I annoyed them by taking it all in my stride and not batting an eyelid. So that's obviously the way to do it. And I saw a guy drinking a can of Skoll Super Lager. But he's in a wheelchair at the time and had a pit bull on a lead. So yeah, that was chaff-tastic. That was good. Welcome to Strood. Yeah, go there on your holidays, everyone. It's great. So I went through there, and then before long we were sort of in Gravesend, and got the Gravesend Tilbury ferry across the Thames. That was quite cool, actually, quite fun. We just missed one. Had to wait about 20 minutes, but yeah, went over on that. That was good. And then we were in Essex, and then it's just Tilbury and about 15 miles or so to Brentwood, where I am now. Body held up well. I'd say I paced myself well. The last 5 or 10 miles I was tired, but we'd done just under 85 miles in the end today, so that's inevitable. I did a lot of climbing as well, 1400 metres of climbing. So, but yeah, held up well. We'll see how I go tomorrow, but I'm feeling quite sprightly at the moment. I've had a good stretch and had me protein for me muscles and whatnot, so we'll see how it goes. Don't know everyone in the group yet. I seem to keep sitting down with the same people. I need to try and sort of make sure I mix a bit better and get to know the others. There's a group. I think there's three. There's a chap, Len, and a couple of ladies who I can't remember their name yet. They seem to know each other. I think they all met on a previous Land's End John O'Groats trip, and they seem to be hanging out together and sort of tootling along at their own pace at the back. So I'm not last, which is fine. Oh, telephone. Hang on. Should I answer that? I guess I better. Hang on.